Yes. Oh, Nana Alhaji from Japan to Gaza. We're trying to cover some people. And the next year, Obama and so because of Tesco. I asked them to Nana Alhaji. Yakubu Shabu. And also youth organizers from Greater Accra region and Central region. You are more in some women in America. Put your hands together for them. On my idea, papa. Obia will do media OD was saying that Ababesna for Tesco UCC. And we said the very what I about entrepreneurship and social networking. It was in the abroad. Or we now go out of the media after the Tumapa and the Fradia. And the next market to just a minute. Answer the next speaker on Alabama. Mora for Nipa and stop happy. There are some small aunties. Now the next speaker on Baba Betty now on your mind. Now I pay Amuye at the Asiano, Uria, no one on Passoir at the Frimo, and no Anna, a big definition for entrepreneurship. I mean, the Paproni Abbey. Tescon UCC, Asher Amuse, Oba Keposa, and Pempino, Osha and Mofra, almost started at this year. Omobrepa, Oko Dugram Bonsaya, or say on this water there, Odugram Bose on the book of the bedroom, Obisukase on the pen. Yeah, on the local school. Yes, I said we na make in the America. Tescon UCC, I say. After saying books we Emma or Mohana, yeah, my name Koha. Yabako and Potamu, Central region. Not books we Yacheli P. Agyapong. Tescon I had the money. Now, at the important in the Biase, Sabati always an idea fire, the other and you see car and the idea. Just go use the every couple. Mrs. Just go use the other then every couple. It's the books really. Yeah, Diabano. Yachama Muria. Yadako Abba Prince Boy. Now you're the Abba Poma. Yadasa Misa, you're penny for more real showmen and women. More possible Tobo. Yadasa to me. You get to me and I say to me, now the couple who was on the brain. Manikakumba ever to us at the army.
Okay, thank you very much, Nansa. In the spirit of affirmative action, like Sika said, we are having a female speaker at this moment, and she was beautifully introduced. So I'm not going to take any much time. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome Honorable Cynthia Afenyo, Former Minister for Tourism.
Honorable
Catherine, I'm so sorry, as a tourism student, please pardon me, a former tourism student.
Former tourism minister.
Yes, former.
Please, you can stand in round of applause. Let's welcome Honorable on stage. You can stand in round of applause. Let's welcome Honorable. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Incoming President. Colleagues from Parliament, current and former. Tesconites. Commitment. I'm only here to give you a few nuggets to navigate the entrepreneurial journey. That's why we're here. Short and simple. As you are pursuing your education at the greater school, my dad is an alumni at UCC, you will be equipped with knowledge, but you will need experience in the real world. So please take note. Learn these nuggets and it will guide your life. Entrepreneurship. You need to learn to take risks and the rewards will be immeasurable. You need to take risks. Do not be fearful and don't waver. Should I sell water? Should I sell alcohol? Should I go to the farm? Should I go to business school? When you make a decision, be firm. Stick to it. Take risks and the rewards will be immeasurable. Number 2, network. We all started from kindergarten, primary school, secondary school. Now we're at the university level. Some of you will continue to law school, to medical school, and you will need to continue the friendship you started as far back as you started primary school. You never know which friend of yours is doing a business that you can learn from. Network. Stay in touch with the people you grew up with. Those who are successful, those who are not, they may have a point or two to share with you. Stay loyal to your cause. Stay loyal to your cause. If it's a business venture, learn from the best in the environment, learn from pragmatic leaders, and copy. If you are copying, make sure you copy the best. Make sure. These are things you will not see in any book. They don't teach you in the courses that you take, but these are hard knock lessons from those who have been there before. Take the risk, learn to network, and learn from the best. Please stay loyal. And the most important one, you will need money, but it is not the ultimate one. Make sure you perfect your ideas. It is the idea that will bring money. A lot of you fall short of selling yourself because I don't have money and I don't have money. No. Hone in your idea and you can take that idea to a place and it will create the revenue. But believe in that idea. We are sitting here and I saw a lot of opportunities. Have you realized that it's a little hot in this room? Supposing someone, my kids will say, will do a side hustle and bring a little fun. Baby, that's what you do. Baby, that's what you see. You don't need a degree to do that. You will get a degree at the end of the cycle. But that is an opportunity right here. So every time you have a chance, open your eyes wide, look out for opportunities, and don't underestimate anything. You can make money from just a simple opportunity. And it can triple and be the new idea in business for you. Students, friends, please, make sure, I am asking you just one more time, make sure if you are within a circle of friends, you don't betray. Businessmen, they don't. Businessmen and women, they don't. They stay true to their cause and they become successful. So loyalty, these are principles you need as you navigate the entrepreneurial journey. Be firm, be principled, don't betray, and stay to your cause. And at all costs, look for opportunities. As we sit here, a lot is happening, and you can if you make your mind to get there. As I end a little nuggets for you, women in our midst, network amongst yourselves and together we can break barriers and make an imprint and make a difference in this society. To you, the women of UCC, arise and support a good cause. I thank you.
Let's do it better for Honorable as she takes her seat. Without wasting much time, we shall invite our next guest speaker. And this is someone who is a civil engineer, an economist, a two-term member of Parliament for Obuasi West. He needs no further introduction. With a resounding round of applause, let's welcome Honorable Afenyo.
Thank you very much. Our keynote speaker, Honorable Kennedy Obini Agyapong, members of Parliament and former members of Parliament, the Tasman leadership, senior party officers, ladies and gentlemen, our media friends. Good afternoon again. You already introduced me. My name is Kwati. The topic for this meeting is entrepreneurship and networking, social networking. I would leave that subject to the keynote speaker himself and depart a little bit and speak briefly to the duties of government towards the entrepreneur. What is it that governments should do for our entrepreneurs? To start with, we need to understand that across the world, it is entrepreneurs who develop a country. Sometimes we call them the private sector. They develop the country. They set out to create wealth. In the process, they invite other people to participate in the wealth creation. We call that employment. And then they pay their taxes. It is the industry. And elsewhere, it is not the politicians who are developing their countries. It is the big industries. Those who produce the mics, the vehicles, the aeroplanes, and all the things we see. It is entrepreneurs who develop a country and who create prosperity for its people. The duty of government is to create an enabling environment so that the entrepreneurs can do the work that they are to do. So government should provide the roads, government should provide arrangements for enforcing contracts, government should provide electricity and the general infrastructure and environment within which the entrepreneurs can create wealth and bring prosperity to our people. But folks, our keynote speaker, it is sad to say that over the years and across governments, I think the political class has failed in our duty towards the entrepreneur. And I say this without apologies, and I repeat, governments across the political parties, we have failed to do this because, one, we have been very inefficient. Something that costs 10 cedis, somehow government would procure it for 20 cedis. So the money that comes into the hands of government is never enough for government to provide the support that must be provided the entrepreneurs so they can bring the prosperity that we need. And what is worse, our governments, and I have been in government before as a deputy minister for finance, so I do not speak in self-righteousness. I speak as a Ghanaian who thinks that the time has come for this country to change. And we are not even misusing, it is not wealth that we have created, it is not revenues that we have created that we use or that we misuse. We go to borrow. And post-independence, the style of government we have practiced has been to borrow and borrow and borrow and award contracts and take kickbacks and award contracts and mess the economy, create an unstable environment so that the entrepreneurs are not able to do their work. The economy is not expanding in the proper areas. Production is still very low. When I look at all of you, and I look at the youth, we are churning out of our universities and our institutions. Where are we going to find work for them? Why? Look, this country cannot go on like this. We can never go on like this. At some point, we have to draw the line and to say this is where we change costs. Others have done it. Why can we not do it? Why can we not do it for our entrepreneurs to create jobs for the youth and to bring prosperity to our people? Folks, why can we not do it? We have not been able to do it because all the wrong things I just spoke of in government, they feed people's interests. So they are not easy to change. And so sometimes politicians set out to do their best. The interests are very strong. They fail, and then along the line they give up and they join the loot. Folks, in order to fix this mess and prevent this country from going into the kind of ditch we see, and stop what is likely to be a more difficult Ghana for our children and our grandchildren, we have got to stop at some point and change course. And to do that, you would need a leadership that is radical. You would need a leadership that can confront and disrupt this unhelpful status quo. You need a bold leader. As for the suit-wearing gentlemen, we have seen them and seen them and seen them. A time has come when Ghana has to be taken over by people who are willing to confront and disrupt the status quo and set this country on a path of prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the reason some of us have made the political decision that we have made. It is not in vain. Some of us live with pain. We are created like that. Whenever I see the wrongs happening, I understand the national economy, I look at the future, and I see that the future would be more difficult than now. I think it is a call to me to duty to do whatever is possible to help the system fix itself. I am confident we can. With the right leadership, we can. And at this point, I invite all of you that let's look at the people who want to lead us. It is not just leadership. If they just get power, borrow, award the contracts, take the kickbacks, misuse money. Now and everybody can do it. Am I correct?
Yes.
We need people who are willing to confront the wrongs frontally. It is as though we are going to war. Look, we need to declare war on the mismanagement that we have seen across the political parties. And it is the reason we are here today to interact with you and to call on the powers that be to pay more attention to the entrepreneurs, stop the wastefulness, so we can create a better Ghana for ourselves and for our future. So, keynote speaker colleagues, I will end my speech here. But second leadership, if you will permit me, I will want my colleagues here to join me saying, "Arise, Ghana, youth for your country." Sure. Arise, Ghana, youth for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold and make her great and strong. We are all love. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our life. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Koku Agyapong. Please, let's do it better for Honorable us. We will to sing. Put your hands together for Honorable. At this juncture, we shall invite 300 students who reads become students. We shall invite 300 students who reads become finance to give us a spoken word. We shall invite, with a big round of applause, Mrs. Welcome Comfort as she gives us a spoken word. One that will melt our hearts, one that will help us resume our entrepreneurial spirits. Let's do it better for her as she comes forward to give us the spoken word of the day. Let's do it better for Comfort. And become to that student level 300. Comfort, you have it.
On the possibility of death, my spoken word is entitled Reputation. And reputation is one of the challenges that entrepreneurs face in navigating through their dreams. Branch because his records and was attacked in life. Yet an employed sales personnel, washing bowls, taking samples out, sharing stickers, my colleagues will mock me out pay. See how reputation can worry. See how it can hurt. Yes, this employee wanted to be like me, an entrepreneur bold. In fact, I tried to enter entrepreneur. I recall calling in my former workplace. I recall how duties outside office doors my heart to beat. What would be to say? Who'd say now? I'm a graduate. I was eager to pick back. Couldn't escape. For boss knew me. I had to bear. See how reputation can worry. See how it can hurt. A time and since erased sharpness. It erased care for opinions, which made me almost your owner as a fat guy with wisdom. Really. The society always comments and stare. Like says, it's not no problem. A blind focus, it does not wrong. I use those steps, blind steps to self-esteem. Can you see how reputation can worry? Can you see how it can hurt? Reputation really expert. Its roots process crippling giants. Reputation, war our youth. It's a hidden enemy. Giving minds to self-stand against certain race. Ghana, our beloved people to stand in the gap, seek to expose reputation, as it has invited the people to move the economy, as it has projected white-collar jobs to new source for no-stress party, as it has attacked her citizens to travel abroad, abandoning her progress, as it has convinced her scholars to make jobless, not creating jobs, as it has killed her potent entrepreneurs protection. Can you see how reputation can work? Can you see how it can hurt? But Ghana seeks for selfless entrepreneurs to stand in the gap. Entrepreneurs to deliver her economy to force the people to rise. Like Honorable Kennedy, you will be exposed. Like Esther, you will be exposed. Like today, your reputation today, and like chicken man who's supposed to be missing powers, Robinson, and like I, and people, we are more than society's supposed today. See, my former workplace, it was my training ground, my reputation trauma. So let's use from reputation trauma to be a monster, not a monster, in order to navigate our entrepreneurship days. Thank you. That was a beautiful one. A resounding applause for her one more time. Thank you. At this time, we would like to take a short speech from our very own, one of our very own. She's here with us. Anytime there's funny to see others, she supports us. She's the person of Dr. Anastasia Kumikosa. Please, she's a lecturer at the School of Business. Very fine woman. Please, as she's coming, please a round of applause, a resounding one. She's going to share a few words with us. A senior lecturer at the School of Business, UCC. UCC students, if you are doing business here, please clap. You're CCPO. You're welcome. Yes. To our chair, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, incoming president. Former ministers of state, former members of parliament present. Party executives, particularly our constituency executives, faculty presidents, CEOs present, distinguished guest students present. Good afternoon to you. And please, all protocols observed. As an academic, when the TESCOM president invited me, being the academic that I am, I quickly put together my books. Unfortunately, when I got here and the presentation started, I realized it won't work. Because it was more practical. However, the knowledge I put on paper, which I am unable to share, I will summarize, so we can get a better understanding of who an entrepreneur is and possibly point you in the direction that you should go in-house and outside of the university to become that person that you want to become. All right? Now, as many of our presenters have said earlier, who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is that person who can identify opportunities, and beyond identifying those opportunities, they are able to take risks to start a business, all right, to take advantage of that opportunity and make the best out of it, so you can get no coffee or into your pocket. Somebody said, we entrepreneur, you understand? Identifying that opportunity, taking up the risk, be bold to take up that opportunity.
and you will reap the rewards. Now, entrepreneurs are a different breed of human beings. I know it is not cut out for everyone, but because traits can be learned, if you are not or you do not possess the traits I'm about to describe, you can learn it. It is possible. We're all not born confident, but somehow along the line, we began to learn. We began to expose ourselves. We began to have mentors, and they guided us to where we are today. Now, entrepreneurs are risk takers. They will go where you don't want to go. I'll share a story. I was surfing the internet and I came to a LinkedIn post. Now, this woman said she was an office manager, and for some reason, her husband lost his livelihood or lost his job. So she became the sole breadwinner. So what that meant was that she had to take up, the responsibilities at home. So she needed an additional income. She tried several things, didn't work. Then she looked in her community and realized there's no Hausa cocoa. So she decided she would sell Hausa cocoa at night. Now when she told her husband, I'll come to it, her husband said, no, don't go there. When you go there, you must say, may a fancy, a baby must say, do not go there. Now the woman said, I have to do something. And I believe this is what will be the game changer for me. So she went ahead. And in about a year, this woman has expanded to the point that she's moving around communities now, selling Hausa food. You and I will say, oh no, it is beneath me. Say Coco saying, respect your hustle. Whatever it is, it may be sewing, it may be selling something, it may be providing a particular service. Whatever it is, if it is an opportunity, take advantage of it. Don't say it is not for me. Don't say I cannot. All right? If you can't, you can't. All right. Now these people, they take risks, they mobilize resources, they are willing to walk the path that most people aren't willing to walk. Now in Ghana, when you decide to become an entrepreneur, there are a lot of challenges. I won't kid you. It is not an easy road. You fall, you get back up, you fall, and some don't even get back up because the challenges are enormous. One of them is funding. When you start with your own money, you have to push forward. You have to look for funding. Sometimes collateral requirements from banks, high interest rates, you can't even afford to get a loan. Some people have to sell their personal assets, but they keep pushing forward because they believe in a dream, because they see a future. And if you are willing to see that future will materialize. Now, one of the major challenges, and I am passionate about that, is your fear of failure. Sometimes because of how we are conditioned, we believe that if we get into a particular business, we are likely to fail. Some people will even get into your ears. They will tell you, well, you can't do it. You won't be able to. Some people will even share their failure stories with you and tell you that if you go this path, you will fail. But you need to have a transforming of the mind to tell yourself, I am capable and I will do it. And how do you do it? By being resilient, by being adaptable, by having grace. How elastic can you be? All right? How elastic can you be? You bounce back after a challenge. What is your level of grace, your perseverance, you're willing to keep pushing, then I am veering into social networking. Networking is important for your business to succeed. Now we have offline and online, which is the social networking. Now the online gives you a certain amount of visibility that the offline cannot give you. Now we are all here today. At the end of this program, you may get a chance to network, get a chance to interact with one or two of our distinguished guests, but not all of them. However, when you go online, it's easier to follow them, yes or no? It's easier to send a friend request. So when we rely on these online platforms to connect with people, we get better visibility, and that is what we want. All right? You are able to grow, find yourself mentors, find yourself investors, find yourself partners who are willing to go the long way with you. All right? Now, I am wrapping up. Entrepreneurship is not an easy road. If you are willing to take the risk, you will get the rewards. And you do not have to travel alone. Today, because of social networking, you can always get on board a lot of people to support you. Be mindful when you go online. Don't go and fake anything. Don't say what you are not. And start early. Don't ask for help when you need the help. Start by doing something that individual, that mentor, that investor will recognize. All right? So you will walk that path, but this time you will not walk that path alone. But use strategic networking. It is not about breadth, how many networks you have. It's about depth. Okay? How do they align with your interests, your values, your business? That is what you are looking for. So I'll wrap up in the words of Peter Drucker. And he says the best way to predict the future is to create it yourself. All right? And the future belongs to entrepreneurs. You and I do not miss out on this opportunity. Thank you for giving me your time.
Thank you very much, Doc. Let's do it well for Doc as he begins. Proceed. We shall now proceed with our guest speakers by calling on the author of Approaches series. Approaches. Now, with a resounding round of applause, let's welcome on stage Honorable Alfred Obeng Esquire. Let's welcome him all appropriately as he comes here and will deliver his speech. Thank you.
Mr. Incoming President, let me use the existing protocol to save time. The letter that I want to share with you before our main speaker speak today is to share with you how are we going to use entrepreneurship to solve some of the national problems. You bear with me that in Ghana, if we want to consider the topmost problem facing the youth in particular, is going to be high rate of unemployment, poor economy with high inflation of prices of goods and services, and of course corruption. Though we have other problems. So these are the topmost ones. How do we use entrepreneurship to solve some of these problems? If entrepreneurship can solve these problems, then it is my responsibility, your responsibility, our collective responsibility to make sure that get an entrepreneur to lead this country as the next president of the Republic of Ghana. The earlier speakers have said a lot, and you can see that all that has been said boils down, especially from our brother and colleague, Honorable Kwaku Boateng, boils down to leadership. And when our main speaker starts speaking, you see that you mention the elements and the qualities of an entrepreneur. And all the qualities that he will mention, you see that those at the same time are the qualities of leaders. So when you get an entrepreneur to lead this country, well, for the past years, since independence, we've never had any entrepreneur to lead the country. I don't even think any of them has even expressed an interest. For the first time, we got one entrepreneur who has expressed his interest to lead this country. And I believe that that is going to be the turning point. So let us take the project as our own project and support it. Other than that, we're going to face the same challenge that we'll be facing. I will touch on the 3 areas that I mentioned. That's how we use entrepreneurship to solve the problem of high rate of unemployment. Then also move to economy. How is the entrepreneurship going to help the national economy? And then briefly on corruption. My starting point is that the creation of entrepreneurs in a country is synonymous to building the foundation of the economy of that country. One quality that differentiates human beings from other living organisms is our ability to solve our own problems. So if as people or as Ghanaians, if we are unable to solve our own problems, then what is our value? What is the reason why we should be on this earth? Then what is the difference between us and the other creatures or other living things? So if we have unemployment, high rate of unemployment in this country since fourth republic, let us be limited to fourth republic, it is about 30 years. And if we are unable to solve it, then there is something wrong. And we must, as a matter of urgency, we must make sure that that problem is solved once and for all. And for us to solve the problem, we must look for who can help us to solve it, who can lead us to solve it. Like I said earlier, it's the entrepreneur. See, managing a country is just like managing a big company with the president being the CEO at the top. So if you have the president who has the eagle eye, and entrepreneurs, every entrepreneur has an eagle eye. I am one myself, but today, for the sake of something, I may not be able to share my own life story with you. But getting to the end of it, I will touch on one thing. If you become an entrepreneur, after creation of the job or after creation of the business, how do you sustain it? That is one thing which is also affecting us most. Entrepreneur, you start, you don't need to wear the shirt that the top entrepreneurs wear. You don't need to drag in the big car and the top entrepreneur our own job at 30 years. When we are buying Range Rover and Bentley and Rolls Royce, you a beginner, you manage to get $1 million through your business. You want to go and buy Rolls Royce, listen, you will fall one day. Those are the challenges that entrepreneurs in particular, they are not able to sustain it and then build a business to become multinational businesses. Like you go to, like you see, Berkeley Bank no longer here. It also started by one person, an entrepreneur who started it and became what it is now, which has become global. So now, if the entrepreneur becomes the president, because he understands that if we create jobs, that is when for business, that is when the youth you can get jobs. So he makes sure that he creates the enabling environment for businesses and the young entrepreneurs who are coming. You can get access to funds at cheap interest rates without sometimes any collateral. So if you don't get somebody who understands it, you are here, most of you perhaps may have the interest of becoming entrepreneurs. But sometimes access to capital becomes a problem because the lawyers who have become president, the communication experts who have become president, the academia, those from academia who become president, they don't understand some of these challenges. So they may not look at these problems that confront young entrepreneurs. But the moment that we swear, the moment that we elect our incoming president to lead this country, he will create that environment. And definitely, most of you want to be entrepreneurs, you also get access to funds and so on and so forth. Maybe sometimes as a beginner, you may even have tax rebates or you may have tax-free, a whole lot of things that when you have an entrepreneur leading this country, we can have. And then you create small business. At the same time, like I said, the second one, briefly on using entrepreneurship to boost or to solve the poor economic challenges that we face in this country. When we create small businesses, for example, now he has established a very big steel factory. When this steel factory starts operating, you will not import a lot of iron rods and other steel products into the country because they are going to produce this here. And you know the effect, the impact. If you are importing, that is when you are going to do exchange, you are going to look for dollars and so on and so forth to affect our currency. But once you are producing them here, there's nothing like exchange rates again. So all these things will help solve our economic problem. Inflation too, at the same time, if you are importing, or sometimes you don't even have them. The economic student, you know it. Yes, at the same you know it. That if you have a few products in the system, definitely those selling it, they will inflate the prices, which will affect us. So as entrepreneurs, when you come and you start creating more businesses and you're producing most of the goods in this country, definitely our economy is going to also do well. And the last one that I want to end is just few words about corruption. Our main speaker will touch on the traits or the qualities of entrepreneurs, and you get to know that honesty is one of the traits or qualities of a good entrepreneur. And if you learn that trait and inculcate it in yourself, and later on you become an officer or become a government official or even in your private life, you hate corruption. Because no honest person will entertain or tolerate corruption. So these are some of the ways that we use entrepreneurship to solve the national problem. But I hope that I'll get another opportunity next time to share my personal experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Another response and applause for Honorable. We are going to have another brief interaction with another former minister, and then straight away we are going to hear from our keynote speaker. So at this point, I would like you to help me welcome Honorable Alex K.K. Aban, former MP of West, former Deputy Minister of Health, and former Deputy Minister of Communications. Please a response and applause for him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President in waiting. Let me stand on the existing protocols to just summarize everything that has been said here. You have been told what entrepreneurship is. And you have been told how to use networking to achieve that. All that I want to say is that create your own access to good people and create access to good people, create access to yourself by good people. Create access to good people and make yourself accessible by good people. If you go with these, you are home and dry. Because you cannot network without looking for people. But what kind of people are you looking at? Good people. Who will lead you to greatness? And so for those of you who come to campus and you have only 3 destinations: church, lecture room, and your room, you are failing. I didn't hear me. I said that for those of you whose destinations are only 3 on campus, that is church, lecture room, and your room, you are failing. The reason being that you would finish the university and realize that you do not know anybody. You go to one of the banks, I will not mention the name of the person. The person is now the area manager of one of the big banks in the country. I had the opportunity to become JCI president of the Great Bank System. And because I made myself accessible and created access to good persons, somebody just told me, you know what? I just want you to work with my husband. So I agreed. Went to this man with my application and said, since my wife told you you have the job, then I decided to go to law school. But the closest person to me was the person with whom I was doing my national service. We were in Commonwealth all together. So I just told him, Master, I have got admission to the Ghana School of Law. So this offer I have got is yours. So follow me, let us go to this man who has given me this job. So I went, thanked him, and said, this is my friend, so give it to him. And indeed, he gave it to him. And he's now one of the top area managers of one of the big banks in the country. So make yourself accessible to good people and create your own access to good people. Thank you very much. Oh, Mr. Omonzebimkaho, you can do it better. Yes. You know, you like clear the night, you see our haro. You know, Honorable Ente, oh, Mr. Ente, Procato as an Ente. Oh, I don't know, by the 13 is fully assured. and it's a birthright. Get it. Let's acknowledge these dignitaries and we take it from there. Tesco UCC patron and a senior lecturer in the University of Cape, Dr. Justice Ado. Bro, yes. He has been a father and everything for Tesco UCC. Thank you so much. We have the former Dean of Students for the #1 university in West Africa, #1 in Ghana, #4 in Africa. Professor Eugene Kofo Mapo, that popularly known as Matthew. Yes. Former Dean of Students. Oh, as a money. Yes. We have Dr. Richmond Yaboa, patron, Tescon CCTU. Yes, God thank you for coming. And also Central Regional Treasurer for the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Francis Fafna Asare. Thank you so much, Mr. Asare. And also Central Regional Organizer for the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Anthony. Mr.